Hi, I'm Kat, and with me is Jeffrey, and welcome back to the Green Pill Podcast. And today we are talking about self-sabotaging. Ooh, those times when something is going along really, really well, and what do? We metaphorically shoot ourselves in the foot and screw it up. Why do we do that? Lord knows we do that. I've done that. You've probably done that. Why do we do that, Jeffrey? Because we're
Oh,
dumb. No, but not because we're dumb,
no.
because we're human. Why do we do that?
We do that because sometimes, especially if you are maybe an ADHD or someone else that just has thoughts going and going and going and going, and you're like, I haven't heard back. I haven't heard back. I haven't heard back. Are you there? 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 It gets annoying and it can just ruin the relationship. And you'll say I personally have said some stupid things. I mean, just making these snide comments that I shouldn't have made because I made assumptions on those snide comments that were not actually grounded in reality.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
we're both, I think you and I are both ADHD kids. My biggest problem, I think, growing up and for most of my life, I did not have the self-esteem that God gave this water glass.
mm,
So a lot of my bad decisions were the result of that. And it made me in the past, it made me a shitty friend. It made me the kind of partner I didn't want to be. And it a lot of the self-sabotaging that I did and a lot of the bad choices that I made were the result of that of no, I suck, so I must do everything possible to make people like me because I suck so hard. And it's horrible. It's ridiculous.
yeah, trying too hard. I've been there. Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, when I grew up, I was very, didn't have that many friends. And I was very self-confident. Like I was a big Doctor Who fan, but I kind of kept it on the QT because I didn't want to be considered a nerd or whatever. I was, just sort of being mindful and, accepting that I'm just not very popular and I'm just going to keep to myself and do my own thing and not worry about it, which in hindsight, that was me then. But now I sort of say, give people the benefit of the doubt and accept them who they are. And don't assume that people are going to hate you. Just accept that they are there and they're talking, and maybe they don't hate you. Maybe they're just having a bad day. But if you're going on and about, trying to analyze the situation and reanalyze it and reanalyze it and reanalyze it, you might shoot yourself in the foot with the next thing you say.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, what do they call it? Your lizard brain, or I
Mhm.
keep calling it they call it the insecurity bunnies or I renamed them the anxiety chimps. I've
Hmm.
decided that they're specifically chimps. They're
Right.
chimps that live in your brain and they'll sit there and they'll smile at you, but it's a
Hmm.
threat and they're aggressive and
Hmm.
they look all cute, but they'll fuck you up. Something
Well,
fierce. Do not mess with chimps because they will mess you up. And also, they like to fling feces. So,
yes, they do.
the metaphor just fits across the board, I think. So, I've named them the anxiety chimps, and they
That
will
is
just sit
brilliant.
there and poke you while you're. I mean, I sit there and I worry about shit that I did 25 years ago,
Yeah.
and it's terrible. And if I let myself act on it, oh God, I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
do anything.
Hmm.
It'd be terrible.
Yeah.
And
I
so
mean,
I think you have to have some faith in yourself. You have to get to a place where you go, okay.
right. Yeah. I got kicked out of my D&D club because of this behavior. I mean, we were doing D&D and I was getting all this anxiety of, oh, you don't want to hang out with me. And it's like, no, they were just going through things. And had I known that in hindsight, I mean, I wouldn't have been so needy and wanting and all that stuff, but I let my mind just go and go and go. and made the wrong assumptions. And that's the thing. That is self-sabotage. You got to give people the benefit of the doubt. If they can't do something, they just can't do something. It's not against you. They just can't do something. I mean, sometimes, yes, they are avoiding you, but not all the time is it an avoidance. Sometimes it's just busy.
Yeah, I mean, we went through this a couple of times before my boyfriend got his meds sorted. Um, where because he does this. He's got a big problem, or had a big problem with self-image and self-sabotage. And I mean, this is, ancient history because he fixed this, but it was, okay, I think I'm crap, and so I don't deserve nice things. And so I'm gonna behave in such a way that pushes away the nice things and the good relationship and whatever. And then, okay, I'll drive them away. I'll drive my girlfriend away. And okay, fine. So she'll finally go. And then I get to sit there and wallow in my rightness. I
Yeah,
get to sit there and be right about being a piece of shit. And
exactly. Oh,
because I'm familiar with that behavior, I called him on it, and I'm like, this is what you're doing. Is this really what you want to be doing? I don't think it is. So how about we do something else?
exactly. Well put. And I do things that are sometimes stupid. Like I was supposed to back in February, I was going to go to this play. And my friend had invited me, and I couldn't see her the 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 audience because she was running late. And I didn't know that at the time. But when she came during intermission, I I saw her come in with a friend, and I didn't want to disturb her. So I self-sabotaged because I didn't go up to my friend and hang out with my friend and sit with my friend. That is stupid. I so totally messed up the situation, all to self-sabotage myself when I could have just gone up, been friendly, and sat next to my friend.
To be fair, it wouldn't have killed her dead to shoot you a text and say, hey, I'm running late.
True, true. That is true. But life is too short to worry about such things. And it's not like we're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
We're still friends. It's just you kind of regret it, but you move on.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, in that particular situation, I don't think you should be beating yourself up entirely
Mm,
when the other guy who was running late,
right,
it's easy
right.
to text someone and say, hey, I'm running late.
Exactly. And it's
And
like, yeah,
you talked about, people not taking it personally when maybe they're just busy, maybe they're whatever. Look, we all need to occasionally go away emotionally for a little while, or I'm a firm believer in hanging out a gone fishing sign,
mhm,
metaphorically, or saying to your loved ones, look, I'm going in the cave for a little while, and it's not you, and I'll let you know when I get out.
mhm. That's it. Sometimes you
And
just gotta
then they
walk.
have to let you, is
And yeah,
they
and you
have to have
respect
the
it.
ability to say, to believe you and say, okay, it's not me. I believe you. Enjoy your cave. I'll be over here.
Hmm.
That's a level of trust that a lot of people, that it takes some work to achieve, but it's doable.
Yeah, and back in the beginning of the year, I started watching every single episode of Doctor Who, right down from William Hartnell's Unearthly Child, followed by the Cave of Gum and all of the Tribe of Gum and all that other stuff, one by one, day by day. I'm certainly making good progress. Been through a lot of those difficult things, and my point is, don't disturb me when I'm watching my Doctor Who. I'm just asking for that half hour. That's all I'm asking for.
That's your self-care. Leave me
That's the
alone.
self-care.
It's me and I got a doctor's appointment.
Exactly. That's it. And so, obviously, you just gotta accept the world is not out to get you, and just be willing to take people at their face value.